saw me do today. So the surgery that you saw me do today, I had done the same surgery for this lady in March this year. I would now put your attention to her x-ray. Can you see her x-ray? This is the condition of the teeth that it was. Okay. Hello? Is everyone?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. Online people also? You can see online participants?
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yes.
So this was the case. If you see the date here, where's the date here? This was on the 12th of March. 12th of March. This was the case. This is how it was. This was the planning. This is the explanation on where the pterygoid is going to go in the junction. I explained to you that already between the floor of the sinus and the distal border of the maxilla. Yeah, that is exactly where we want to put our pterygoid. This is the X-ray on the 12th of March post-surgery. So this is 12th of March pre-surgery, 12th of March post-surgery. We have put the pterygoid implants, 2 pterygoids on one side I had put, because you see the bone was very poor. I was only able to put 2 implants in the anterior, and this 1 implant in the palatal bone, like we did today. And exactly actually like today the surgery was, where we put, and here we put also a pterygoid implant and a compressive in the front, and we put 3 basal implants, and we had done the intraoral welding, and we had splinted all the implants together and given her an acrylic prosthesis. This was done in March this year. Then in November this year, that is 8 months later, she came. I trimmed off the metal bar just as I showed you today, and I put the transfer caps onto these implants, and I took the impression, okay? And now the following steps I will show you. Now she has come for the second time, and now I will show you the following steps on how to proceed with the metal trial. Yes, ma'am. How are you doing? Good?
Yeah, fine.
Sit back. Very nice. Okay. Glasses de do unko, please. So we have our models and everything here. I will be sharing everything with you, so you get a good idea on how we do our work and what is the expected workflow. Okay. So after taking the impression, this is the model that we got. So what the lab person does is he puts the analogs into those transfer caps and he pose it with plaster, right? Of course, he's using some tissue silicone as well. Okay, he's using some tissue silicone as well. Okay. So I'm removing these correction copings so you see exactly what it is here. So there's supposed to be tissue silicone here, and tissue silicone over here. We have removed it now, so you can see the proper margins of all the implants. Okay. So once you have this model, he will put it on a surveyor and he will see, oh, this is too buccally inclined, too labially inclined. He will prepare these analogs as if they were abutments to make them parallel. And to convey to me what he has done, he will create these correction jigs, these correction copings. Okay? So,
Doctor, can you put some?
Yeah, cloth dal de, please. So this is how the correction copings are. You see? So in the correction copings also you can see that in the correction coping also you can see that this is prepared flush with the correction coping. Means what? That when I will take these correction copings and I'll place them in the patient's mouth, it will guide me on how to prepare these particular, these 2 are for these, yeah, okay, and these 3 are for this. There we go. So you see, these are the guides. You see, he has created these guides to show me how to prep these analogs. That means also I have to prepare the abutments in the same way. She's wearing a provisional prosthesis which was given to her in March. Now, also he will write the number 1 here. What number 1 signifies? 1, 2 means what? Also what he has done is after preparing the analogs, he has gone ahead and fabricated the metal casting. You see, the casting is also ready. All right. It has nice fitting margins. It has nice fitting margins, as you can see, as we want to have a good fit without catching any food. There is no ridge overlap. It is ovate Pontic design. You can see it's completely smooth so that we don't catch any food in the Pontic spaces as well. Okay. And there's good adaptation because of these burnouts that have been used to create this metal. I have not tried this metal trial. I'm going to try it now in front of you. So what the number signifies is the way this has to be placed. First, the number 1 means this side will go, then this side will go. There can be a little bit of interference here on this particular implant, as you can see. So, okay, and then so on and so forth. I have to prepare these so that it fits exactly like this in her mouth. Okay, so let's see if he has done a good job with the casting and a good job with the guides, so that I can also place this casting in her mouth today. Okay, as you can see, when I'll remove her temporary prosthesis, the implants will look quite different from what we're seeing in the model. But we will use these correction copings to help prepare those implants so that they look the same as that on the model, so that we can use the metal trial. Okay, so this, please rinse, madam. So normally what we use to trim these abutments and all is a crosscut carbide burr. It's good to keep a new strip. One more assistant I want here. Lock the door. One more right here. Yeah. असिस्टेंट चाहिए मुझे इधर, कोई और तो नहीं, कर ले तेरा काम. हाँ. Okay, so you rinsed? Good. Here we go. Open up, please, ma'am. So you can see here there is some temporary cement still. I will just focus the camera a little better. Good, ma'am. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. So there is some temporary cement on this, so we'll clean up all this, right? And then we will go ahead and mask. Okay, we'll clean up all this, and then we will go ahead and place these correction copings on this so that we are able to place this metal trial today and get a good fitting metal prosthesis, which will have only one path of insertion and removal. Only one path of insertion and removal. So that means it will have a good primary fit, which will stay by its own retention. Okay. It will be passive, yet it will be retentive. Okay. We'll just quickly take a second to clean up. So this is a good evidence to show you that basal implants work. This case was done in March, right? I showed you the X-ray, and here we are today with all the implants firm, nicely anchored, nicely integrated, right? So if done properly in a scientific way, we can achieve good success with basal implants. Okay, so we have cleaned up everything. अभी कौन कर रहा है? ये करेगा ना रौनक है Where's रौनक रौनक He has to pour the model Surinder. ठीक है. Okay, now we have to place these exactly as they were there on the model into the patient's mouth, right? In the same orientation. That is why we have joined two together, right? So I'll be placing it back on the model so I can pick them up correctly one at a time and place them one at a time into the patient's mouth, okay? See here it is, I have placed it back. I have placed it back, okay? On the model, okay? And now I will take it out. And as I take it out, I will be putting it into the patient's mouth. Yeah. Okay. So can you see this now? As I place in the patient's mouth, can you see that there is a part of the abutment that is, there is a part of the abutment here that is coming out of the correction coping. Can you see that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we.
You can see, right?
Yes, sir.
If we can zoom in,
Yeah?
if we can zoom in.
So when I am putting here also, now can you see this?
Yes, sir. To just trim it, that abutment.
Yeah, you got it now. I just have to trim it. मेरे को पूछ रहा है कि मेरे को बता रहा है. Okay. All right. Okay. And same here. So now by following this guide, I will be able to replicate exactly the same modifications on my abutment in the patient's mouth as the lab has done, right, on the cast. Now it's simple. I just have to prepare the abutment to the level, okay? मेरे को glasses या screen दे दो, please. Better always wear some glasses or screen while preparing this, as there could be particles of titanium flying. So you can see that I'm preparing this and I'm making it exactly the same level as the preparation guide that has been provided to me. By following this simple method, you will assure that you will have a good margin and a good fit to your prosthesis. It will ensure good splinting and it will ensure that the prosthesis will never decement, right? Because it's always a problem in a full ab cemented prosthesis if one quadrant decements. So we don't want that to happen. Just change the bird so that we can go still faster. This one is worn out already. These cross-cut carbide burrs that I like to use, they're by Mani, and they're quite cheap, just maybe 150 rupees or something like that. $2 maybe. So those people who have written questions on the question and answer part of the webinar, I will answer them after I'm done with this patient. Okay?
इसको खर्चा कीजिए ये उनका दिया हुआ है रेट लगा हुआ है इसका नहीं तो अगर खर्चा नहीं होता है मतलब नहीं चलेगा तो हम देंगे इसका ध्यान रखिए 30 सेकंड में
Just today, actually, you have seen 3 patients. One basal compressive implants were done 8 years ago. One basal compressive implants were done 1 year ago. Already received the final prosthesis. And the other one whose basal implants were done 8 months ago and is now going to receive the final prosthesis during this course. So the technique can work well. You just need to know how to do the proper way.
अच्छा तो दिन में करके ड्यूटी पे जा
म्यूट किया Okay, and now for the last two. Okay, एक मास्क लेके आना तो देख दिख रहा है वहां पे देख दिख रहा है ठीक है मैडम बेटर now the last one okay done okay so we have trimmed all the abutments exactly as was on the model. Yeah, you can see that. I'll ask her to rinse one time to take off all this debris. Let me take off these pieces from her mouth first. Yeah, please rinse one time, madam. Go ahead, rinse. थोड़ा zoom in कर सकता है नहीं? हाँ फेस बहुत दिख रहा है ना? Yeah, no, I'll take it up today only after this. It'll take 5 minutes to answer them. We'll take up the question and answers after we finish this metal trial, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good, ma'am. Very good. Doing well. Open up. Okay. So now you can see that, yeah, all the abutments are prepared exactly as they would be on the model. Now, a moment of truth. Let's see if we can fit this metal trial. Now, here it says 1 on the patient's left. Left or right? Left. Okay. So we have to try to attempt to fit the prosthesis in the same way as it is going on the model, right? So first here, we have to watch out for this interference over here. So I have to sort of move it in the front there and then push it in. Let's see how it goes in the mouth. So first back there, then up there, then as we correctly predicted, there would be an interference there and little bit more is on this side interference. As you would expect in a full arch, there is a bit of what we call as shrinkage. There's a shrinkage of the casting where this one is a little bit more mesial than it should be. Okay, let's see if we will be able to place it in. So that one's in there. That one is in there. Sure. So left side is fitting very well. Up to the midline is fitting very well. On the right side, it is even gone over this implant. And the real issue that we're having is only here in the region of the pterygoid, in this area where the casting seems to have been shrunk a little bit because it's a full arch casting. So we have to find a way to correct it and transfer this information to the lab. Yeah. I'm just trying to see whether I can modify the casting a bit to fit it in. It looks like it may be possible because the misfit is not that much. I just have to slightly trim the casting on the buccal and a little bit on the mesial side, okay? If not, then we will have to section the casting, right? Place the 2 parts and join it by pattern resin in the midline, right? That is the option to do if you're not able to make it fit. So just current retract. Retract. So distal trimming here, labial trimming here and here, and some labial trimming here as well. Okay. So that's exactly what I will do. I will do some little bit labial trimming here. Little bit trimming there, sure. And similarly, I will be doing a slight bit of opening of the casting right side on the over here, right, where it is interfering. I'll modify it just a bit. If it is not managing to work, then the best thing for us would be pattern resin. The best thing for us to do would be to split the casting down the middle and then use a pattern resin and join it again in the mouth so it is passive. Because sometimes it happens in a full arch prosthesis that you can have a little bit of casting shrinkage, right? It's a big casting and it is possible sometimes. So we have to do the correction in the mouth and then send it to the lab. So it seems it's getting better. Oh, okay. Okay, so ma'am, slightly it will hurt you as it goes inside the gum, okay? Because the margins of the implants are a little bit below the gum. So as it goes a little bit, it will poke just for a bit, then it will be gone, okay? So just that little bit of adjustment helped a lot, and I'm able to seat the casting. I will just put a little bit pressure, then show you. In case the patient has a lot of pain, normally we can put some spray. Can I have some spray anesthesia? So because when the margins are subgingival, then it is better to put a little bit of spray. So just dry it all out. And I will take some spray. Look here, man, towards me. Good. Lot of salivation. Chalo. Okay. No. Okay, fit. Okay, good. It takes normally a few minutes for the spray to work. Yes, ma'am? Okay. So we will give it a few minutes, but it has gone and engaged all the implants. Close, ma'am, slowly, slowly, bite, slowly, slowly. Okay. So there are, of course, a few changes. In this, she's a class 3, as you can see. The upper jaw is inside, lower is outside. Look down, ma'am. Yeah, very good. Thoda zoom out kar de. Okay, so I've just put the spray, so I'm going to wait a few more minutes before pushing it completely inside the gum. Good. It's gone in quite well. There is absolutely no rocking at all. It's a very good fit, stable fit. You see, when I'm pulling it, I have some resistance. It doesn't just fall out. That is what we want. It has gone up to the margins on the abutments everywhere. Here as well. Can we have a mirror, please? So I'd like to show you the fit from the inside so you can see the fit. Good, ma'am. Very good. Now she's comfortable with the spray. You want to rinse one time? So you will feel better. That spray will come out. Just 1 second and I'll show you. Okay. So I'll put a mirror and show you so you'll be able to see the fit from the palatal side as well, how it has gone and fit completely over the abutment, even though the implants are completely divergent. I would say more than 35 degrees in some cases. Okay. Yeah. Good. Very good. Done, huh, ma'am? You did very well. Open up. Zoom out, please. Open mouth, open. Can you put some air, please, on this?
Looking nice, sir. Paratally also fitting well.
You can see the pterygoids on both sides.
Yes, sir.
Everything has been fit completely, no gap at all. Yeah, and nice, good margins. You saw that, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, only one thing I'm going to tell him, bite. On the first look, what I feel is that he has put too much of a slope. Zoom out, please. Thank you. Bite. What I can see that he has put too much of a slope on the labial side. So I'm going to ask him to add some metal here with laser welding and make this a little bit more straight. That would give it some bulk also on the lip, right? Because you see the upper lip is going in. Besides that, occlusion seems to be okay. It is in contact with her teeth on the right side. Left side anyways, she's going to need some work. The plane of the upper is good. See, what's important is, look down please, madam. Yeah. What's important is when you are doing a new upper prosthesis, you should keep the opener, you should keep the plane straight. Don't follow the crooked plane of the lower. Here the plane is proper, here the plane is going down. Don't follow the crooked plane of the lower. Make a straight upper plane, a proper plane, and I can just add some composite on this side and I can level it up, okay? But don't spoil the upper. At some point, she's going to need treatment on the lower, and that time we'll be able to correct it permanently. But don't spoil the upper for the lower, okay? So now with this, we have to check a few things. The first thing we check is speech. Can you say 1, 2, 3?
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
66.
66.
So when she's saying 66, we can see the teeth are coming very close together, right? So I have to tell the lab to slightly reduce the metal and then add the ceramic, because if you will add 2 millimeters of ceramic over this, when she will talk, the teeth will touch each other and she will have the clicking sound. So first note to go in the notes will be kindly reduce metal to add ceramic. Bite please, ma'am. Midline is okay. Second note to go will be kindly create some bulk on the cervical part of the prosthesis in the anterior region to give support to the upper lip, right? Everything else seems fine. The fit is fine. Now, just to be sure the bite is going to be perfect, I will be taking a new bite on the metal trial so that we have the perfect bite for the final ceramic clearing. For that, better to use a silicone material like a silicone bite, like a 3M imprint. Bite, please close. Just take notes, please, for the lab. First, please add bulk to the cervical area to make it, to give support to the lower lip, to give support to the upper lip. Please add bulk to cervical area to give support to upper lip and to appearance of straight upper teeth. Currently, they look very proclined. Second, vertical is correct. So please reduce metal by 1 millimeter before adding ceramic. Okay? So this must be given to the lab in detail, all this information. Then we will be taking a new bite from silicone so that he has the precise bite now exactly. Close, ma'am, bite. Open. Please relax, relax. Close. Yeah, that's correct. Sure. So make sure that the person, the patient has closes or bites in the correct way. Okay. In their natural position, which is as close to centric as possible. Keep it closed, please, ma'am. Hey, keep it closed. Please keep it closed. Keep it closed. Don't bite. Yeah, keep it closed. Huh? Don't open. Thank you. Keep it closed. Good. Now we wait for a few minutes for it to set. Anything else we should check at this point? The fitting is the most important. It has fit wonderfully, right? Just by seeing where the casting was interfering with the abutment, just by making small trimmings in those areas, it just nicely, snugly fit inside. So this will have a very, very good primary fit. In fact, I can even cement this prosthesis with a provisional cement, and I can assure you it will never come out. That's how good the fit will be. Okay, because already it has been 8 months since the implants are placed, right? All the implants are fully integrated. I will tap each one of them and show you also right now, actually. Keep it closed, please, ma'am. Huh? Bite. No, yeah, please, closed. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, wait for it to set nicely. We're done, huh, ma'am? Only 1 minute more, then you can leave. Okay? Bite, please.
No, can I see?
You cannot see. Bite. No, I will show you later. You cannot see. Anyways, this is, I will show you, but not right now. Just give it 1 minute. Of course, I will show you. Yes, very valid point. The last thing to do is to show the patient to get the approval from the patient for the approximate size, shape, and position of the teeth. Right?
Sir, one more request. Is it possible up to Saturday, the final prosthesis?
Yes, it will be on Saturday. We will be fixing it on Saturday evening. That is the plan.
So we will have final prosthesis.
Yes,
cement.
so exactly you will see, tomorrow you will see how to deliver provisional on the operated cases today. And on Saturday, you will see how to deliver final on the operated cases in the last course. So you are getting a full follow-up, you know. So you can be sure the system is working, right? I did the trial, everything in front of you. It was not pre-done. Okay, so everything is happening live. And it works.
Model pouring.
Open. Model pouring is being recorded. Open, please, ma'am. Is being recorded as we speak. And tomorrow, before surgeries begin, we will play a small abridged version of that to show you the important parts, right? Good. So it has got the right contacts in the right places. ठीक है? ये भेज देना please साथ में. हाँ. Now please let's show to the patient. Mirror देना. Yeah, I will. Come on. See, you have to give the final approval to us so we can proceed for the final. Okay? It will be little bit wider than this. It will be the same color as your lower teeth, but it will be approximately this size and length.
Because the first one was slightly bigger. No?
It will be, yeah, it will be bigger because this is just a metal layer inside. On this, now we will add the ceramic part. This is just a skeletal framework, just like, you know, on this, the actual teeth will be built.
And this gap will be reduced.
This gap we have to reduce by building the lower actually, because the lower is down over here. So we will build the lower and we'll close the gap. Okay.
And my shape of the lips will be same.
Yeah, it will come. No, little bit more will come out. Little bit more will come out the lips. We have made a note. You written that, right? Yeah. Kindly add bulk to the cervical anteriors and make the teeth look more straight. Huh? Add bulk to the ceramic. Yeah. 3 to 4 millimeters. Tell him. So he will do some metal welding. Okay. Anything else you need to see here? Okay. Secondly, we can tell him to use pink ceramic on the canines. See, this has gone too low. So we can ask him to use pink ceramic on the canines. So please take a photograph of her gingiva. Okay. And then fix her temporary back with phosphate and let her go. Okay. Take a photo like this and send to the lab. Tell them we want pink ceramic in the canines. The rest all is okay. Okay. Is that fine? Thank you so much, ma'am.